All right, so for today, what we've got going on is a bit of an amalgamation of two decks in the format. Titan, using good old Primeval Titan and Dryad of the Illysian Grove to basically turn all our lands into mountains and kill people with Valakut. You've got that side going on, and then, in addition, you have the Tron lands going on to make yourself a lot of mana quickly, and then do Tron things with either Warm Coil Engine, Karn Liberated, All Is Dust, Ulamog, or Walking Ballista. This is an amalgamation of the two decks. This is brought to you by, of course, Fran, the greatest Titan player in the world, also known as Fpawlusz. I'll go ahead and link any of his stuff in the description below. It's going to be a fun one. How well will it do? I don't know, but we're not playing it to do well. We're playing it to have fun. For the sideboard, what you've got going on, you've got some Thrag Tests to gain you some bit more life, Force of Vigors in case of Blood Moon effects or artifacts we need to get rid of, Veil of Summers for those counter matchups, Dismembers for those nice big fast creature matchups such as Fpawlusz, which is one of the big decks in the format right now, Bajuka Bog for graveyard decks, Cavernous Holes again to make it so we can not have our stuff be countered, Dragon's Claws for, again, red decks that are just faster. We need a way to deal with it. A Singleton Trinisphere, because none of our stuff that we're casting really costs less than 3. The stuff that costs less than 3 is stuff that we want to be playing out early anyway, so we're fine with the Trinisphere. And then a Singleton Ugin as more board removal. And just another good win con. That's the rundown of this list, and let's take it into a league and see how we can do with it. This will be a fun one. Alright, match one's been found. We won the die roll. We'll gladly take the play here. And let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into here. So I see 2 Tron pieces, an Explorer, and a Valakut. The problem is if we don't hit that 3rd Tron piece, we're not doing anything. Let's go ahead and mulligan. This we can keep. We'll go ahead and bottom of Forest here. And we'll lead off with Tower and Sphere. Pass the turn. Let's see what kind of trouble we've got on the other side of us. So fetch with the Verdant. It's a Urian list, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5 color. Yeah. Abundant Growth, so probably Niv Mizzet Pile. This comes back to us. Let's go ahead and crack this for green. We find the mine. We go ahead and scrying for the power plant. And pass the turn. Hope they don't have Cleansing Wildfire. Okay. So they're holding up counter magic here. Or, okay. I'm going with Assassin's Trophy, the mine. Sure. We're fine with this. Say yes. Get a forest. Power plant map, pass turn. So waiting on opponent here. We're going to be cracking this map at their end step if all goes well. And then we'll get the mine and have 8. Won't be able to do much. So fairy can only cast spells. That's fine. And Titantron? Yeah. Return Abundant Growth draws a card. Okay. Let's go get ourselves a mine. Don't you know it? All right, and then we've got Prime Time and Wormy Boy. So let's go ahead and establish Tron here and drop down a Worm Coil. Pass the turn. Next turn we'll have Prime Time. Fairy goes up. And let's see what opponent's going to be able to do here. Hopefully nothing too scary. Another trophy wouldn't be great. Considering how they're thinking, I don't think they have another trophy. But I could be wrong. Unmoored Ego. Name a card. Can guarantee you they're not naming Primeval Titan. Karn Liberated for 500. They do name Karn Liberated. Nice call. Sure. Take the 2 Karn Liberateds in the list. Hope you're prepared for these Titan beats. They play the Vista. They crack the Vista. That's an interesting move by opponent. Like, do they have Path? No, they're just Forest and then playing out this abundant growth that they've got in hand. At least I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. They might not. They might do something differently. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. And so they'll have white, green, green, and then multicolor. Stirrings, huh? Can we play out the forest and drop a Prime Time, right? And go ahead and say yes. Get ourselves a Sanctum. And I guess a tower? Yeah, tower. And do it like so. We take the mana loss. Begin combat. And 6 at them. So we have lethal on board. Don't need to worry about the Teferi right now because it can only go up. We're not afraid of Teferi going up. Sure. Omnath is played. Opponent draws a card off of Omnath. They have themselves a nice blocker for this Worm Coil, and then they're taking 6 from Prime Time. We'll be able to cast. Okay, then they get this. Okay, now we're in a bit of a trouble because they can do fetch for black and have 5 Bring to Light Valky if they have the Bring to Light in hand. Yep. Abundant goes to the forests to draw. Niv Mizzet is what's played. Niv is fine. So they reveal all of these. They get just Guile and Teferi. Whoops. So they've got a Teferi in hand. Let's go ahead and start off with an Ancient Stirrings. Okay. We'll go Tower. Any order. Tower, Sphere. Do this. Crack for green. And draw another card. Well, that's unfortunate. Prime, baby. Just get all the lands out of our deck. So they'll be able to bounce 2 things. I mean, if they're bouncing 2 things, we'll go ahead and just try to hit the Teferi here. Primetime triggers, get ourselves, I guess, plant and mine, so that way they can't take us off of Tron at this point. If they want, they can block. They don't. They lose their Teferi. We go to 32. They've got Guile and Teferi and 4 unknowns. Or 5 unknowns. Math is hard. So what? I mean, you don't really want to make me sack. Ideally, we draw a Dryad here. Go Dryad, swing for lethal. Renin 6 is played. And gets themselves a Catacombs, so that way they can make 5 mana. And they'll gain life. And so we really do need Dryad at this point. So Dryad, Valakut, Valakut. And then have those go at Ren. Then we have 2 more. We hit, guess, Omnath. Trying to avoid Bring to Light here. Or Cat combo, if they have that. Both are possibilities that we need to watch out for, but we can't really stop anything that they're doing. And so if we hit a Ballista, we Ballista for 4. Gives us 3, 6, 8, 10. That's enough to do another, to do Ulamog as well. Nahiri, they get to exile. Alright, you exiling a Primetime or a Worm Coil? Exiles the Worm Coil. And has another bring. Has a bring for 4. And goes and gets Valky, plays out Tybalt. Oh, Supreme Verdicts. Okay. Thanks, opponent? Question mark? Walking Ballista? Dang it. So, I mean, we go ahead and we play out this Blast Zone. We could blow up the Blast Zone. Wonder what we're more afraid of. Nahiri or Ren? You get to discard a card and draw. They discard the Verdant that they just picked up. Probably get rid of Nahiri here. Another Bring to Light. Oh, they're just casting Tybalt. Okay. Well, I know what card I'm going to. We're going to 7. Okay. What'd they exile? A power plant. All right, that's fine. Put X charge counters, so I need to put 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. So this will put 6, which will hit Tybalt. There's a Valakut. Go ahead and just pop the Blast Zone. And get that card out of here. And pass the turn. Nothing to really use our mana on right now. They fetch. They exile the Bring to Light off of theirs. Which means that they just now go get the other Tybalt here. Unless they just drew it. Renin 6 does that. Nahiri goes up. Waiting on opponent to pay costs. Probably Bring to Light. And then... So... What do we have in the sideboard here? I guess... Yeah, they Bring to Light. I don't really think we have, like, maybe an Ugin. Niv Mizzet refills. So they get Prismari Command and Lightning Helix. All right, we draw. All is dust. All is Dust Sanctum trigger. Get dusted, opponent. Love to use that ability. We'll get an Ulamog. Each player sacrifices all permanents they control that's colored. Play out this. You 7, 9, 10 Woolly Bully. Go ahead and knock you off of, I guess. We'll go there. And just shut off some mana sources. And now we've got a 10-10. I mean, they guile, but... I'm going to say we set them back quite a bit. Yep. We have to sack, but that's fine. Because we got rid of a Renin 6 and Nahiri. And they did play the Bring to Light from Exile. So they've got us on a 32 turn clock. Well, the problem is we only have 30 cards in our deck. So is this another Bring to Light for 5? Nope, just a Teferi. Teferi down tick. Yep, Teferi down tick, no target. At this point. We draw map. Map can't really do much other than allows us to go and grab just a card. I guess Ghost Court? Nah, Ghost Court is probably not good. Yeah, Valakut at this point is probably the correct line. And we pass the turn. Our hand is just lands, which is unfortunate. But if we get, you know, one Dryad, here we go Dryad, and then we go Valakut. That's one Valakut trigger, 2 Valakut triggers. So that's 9 damage in our hand. They loot and make a treasure token. So they've got Helix in hand. And they pitched the Helix. So we don't know any cards in their hand now. They go ahead and uptick. That's fine. Utopia Sprawls? Sure. Another Niv Mizzet. Alright, they hit Teferi, Trophy, Guile, and Prismari Command. They got a good amount from that. You get in for 1, that's fine. We draw a redraw. We may play an additional card. And we hit Primey Boy. Mean we gotta, right? Now we pass. They can guile. It's interesting, the fact that we don't have... There are 3 lands left in the deck. Okay, Helix. We double Helixing? That's fine. Means you have to use your treasure token to do it. Sure, there goes our prime time. Upticks to fairy. Smacks us for 7. Pretty much. That is what opponent's saying here. Renin 6 is played. Like, we just need Walking Ballista at this point. It's a pretty good emote, though. Urian to hand. Are they casting Urian? No. Dryad, huh? So the problem is they have Guile in hand, right? And Trophy. So they're just going to be able to hit this Dryad right off the bat. I mean... Cast the Dryad. Valakut trigger. Say okay, see if opponent wants to give me time here. I'm assuming they shouldn't, but if they do. Assassin's Trophy. For a basic land. We will sack. Hitting our own tapped forest here. The opponent wants to waste 2 removal spells. And I guess we'll go ahead and ping off to Fairy now. So they can't redraw. Say no. And now Valakut's no longer a win condition. So our 1 out is Ballista. We're going to have to get Ballista to 18. 3, 6, 9. So 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Plus a land is 26. Divided by 2 is only 13. We're a bit short. Yeah. Do your Renin 6 thing. As another Teferi. I'm not surprised. Goes down. Should play Urian here to flicker Niv. Dryad. Not Dryad. Cast Star. Cycle Star. And draw a card. Tower. And play a tapped Valakut. And pass the turn. Prismari loots and makes a treasure? Yeah, yeah. Got rid of Abundant Growth and Verdant. Goes up. Sure. Does it loot with or without faith? Sadly, without. And so this, they get in for 7 here. We go down to 11. They should play out Yorion. Yeah, it's an unfaithful looting. Because they also make a treasure. Hmm. Yeah, there's the Yorion. They flicker their Niv and probably Teferi. So we need exactly, and it doesn't matter because they've got the trophy, I believe, in hand still. They've got trophy and Guile, I believe. And they're also doing another 10, which gives them another trophy. All right, there we go. Writing's on the wall. When we draw lands. Okie doke. Ugin, we want. Thragtusk, we want. Just because we need more threats, apparently. I just... Bog is mediocre at best. Dismembers, meh. Force is meh. Cavern is a maybe. Cut back like 5 lands. I mean, yes and no, right? Because we're prime time. We need as many lands as possible, but we also don't want to be too land heavy. We can arguably cut the blast zone. It's not needed. I like the Sanctum. I feel we can cut Grazer. Cut a bit on ramp and cut 1 land. No, we'll keep in Grazer and cut Scrying down to 2. No. This is definitely a hard deck to board. We'll gladly take the play here. Maybe opponent times out. So I see 2 Tron pieces and Titan. We'll try it. Opponent mulligans to 5. Alright, we will go plant, map, pass turn. And Triome passes back. Tower pass turn. Snow-covered plains. And abundant growths? Sure. So they can tap for any color. And Utopia Sprawls. Wow. Okay. Opponent's got a hand that ramps like no other. And they name black. Go ahead and crack this for mine. We will go sphere, we will go star, we will go sphere and pass the turn. And we'll have 4 mana. Is this affinity? In step we draw, and now they're gonna try to cut us off of Tron, I'm assuming here. With a trophy on the tower. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and do this. Use that and get ourselves a forest. And because we won't have mana, if we can't find things, let's go ahead and cycle. Find ourselves some cards. All right. Oh, that was during the draw step. Dryad. One, two green stirrings. We find ourselves a map, which is great. And set it up so we can do Tron next turn, except we're going to be going prime time. Prime time, get Valakut, get tower. All right, they crack their windswept heath. I mean, you make puns like that all the time. No one's really surprised. And gets another triome. And so are they trying to go for a Niv here? Probably. I mean, if this is Niv, we're in great shape. It's only 650, Alex. It's not yet time to start drinkering. Bring to light for 5. So this Valky, I'm assuming is what they go get. Yeah, Valky, cast Tybalt. And do they exile the Dryad? They do. What's up, D20? We're currently facing down a Tybalt deck. A bit unfortunate. This. And crack. And we've got power plant in mind, so we go get tower. We play tower. We go whoopsie doodle, Karn liberated. Get rid of that Tybalt. And we've got 1 mana, so we'll go ahead and sphere and pass the turn. And so if they want to, they can play out our Dryad. That's an option. Sybil Modern. Yeah, gotta love it. Thought seizes away at prime time. That's fine. They have one card left in hand, so they need to be able to cast it. Assassin's Trophy? Sure. Get ourselves a forest. And playing out the Dryad from exile. Yep. We'll go ahead and just take the additional draw here. We don't need the color. This. Now we draw. We hit scrying. Scrying can get us... Bruh. So at this point, we just grab Sanctum. Play out the Sanctum, pass the turn. And so now if we get any of our 7+ drops, we're in a pretty decent spot. Yes, they've got a 2/4. Not afraid of a 2/4. Now, if this is like Niv, we're in trouble. Black, red, blue. White. Red. There's the Niv. Why did I have to call it? So they hit Guile, that, you. Alright. So they have Prismaria Command, Guile, and Unmoored Ego in hand. Stirrings. Sure, we'll take that. So what does Stirrings find us here? Alright, that's good enough. They don't have a discard. They have Unmoored Ego, though. So we'll do this. So 7, 8 would be Ballista, and then we have 1, 2, 3. Is there a way to use Castle to our advantage here? Because this is 2 and 2, add 6. Go ahead and Castle, that's 6. This would be 8, which is then only 5. And it's colorless. No. So we just undo that and do this on 6. Have ourselves a big Ballista. And when you cast the color spell with CMC, that you may sack. If we do, we can search. We'll go ahead and search. Make them have to name the Ulamog here. I don't like that they're swinging with it. We're just gonna ping it. Get rid of the Niv visit. Now, did they draw another one? And are they willing to play it over Unmoored Ego or Kaya's Guile? Because I'm pretty sure you go Unmoored Ego to name this Ulamog that's in my hand. Yeah, names Ulamog, takes Ulamog, nothing else. We draw a Sylvan Scrying. Okay. Not terrible, not terrible. Then they Utopia Sprawl. Okay. So their hand is Guile and Prismari. They do not have enough to do both right now. We'll go ahead and Scrying here. Get ourselves... We could go Ghost Quarter and hit a Triome. I'm not opposed to that. And just shut them off of their ramp. It doesn't do much, though. We'll just do Valakut here, play Valakut past turn. All right. Teferi. Yuri into hand. Okay. Understandable. Tower. I mean, I guess we'll play out mine and say go. Man, we draw a lot of lands. And paying costs. Prismari command. Loots. And makes a token. Got rid of Teferi and a land. It swings for 2. We take it. Hopefully they tap out here to try to Urian. One, two, three, 4. +1 is Urian. They sadly don't have to get anywhere close to tapping out. And then they can flicker Abundant Growth and the Dryad, because why not? Well, no, can't flicker the Dryad because he does not own the Dryad. It's to put those all onto place. Putting them... Okay. I mean, if I hit Ghost Quarter here, opponent... Swag Dad. We'll gain some life. And pass the turn. And paying costs. And Kaya's Guile entwined. Okay. Come on, just give me that Ugin off the top. Or you can go Ugin -5. Bring to Light gets themselves a Niv Mizzet. Yep. Okay, so they got All right. We're down to 4. They've got 1 minute. Come on. Okay, another stall card. Just gain that bit of life. Each player sacks a creature, make a spirit. Okay, well, we'll sack the beast. Turns them all sideways. We can't block. Down to 9 we go. Ulamog off the top. Dryad. Darn. Because we don't draw any additional cards. We can swing there, but it doesn't matter because they have Entwined Kyle. And we take lethal in the air. Unless they take too much time. I'm assuming they don't. I'm assuming they just go straight into combat and swing. Really? Really, Wheels? And we take lethal in the air, and that'll be this game. Starting off 0-1. Let's see. Oh, dang. We're going to draw prime time. Meaning we were probably turning that corner. As we do prime time, we get Valakut and something else that gives us 4 triggers, and we go hit Niv twice, hit Urian. Dang. Oh well. 2. And has Explore Forest Scrying Titan. If this had a Tron piece, this would actually be keepable. I mean, like, we can't say no to this, right? Opponent mulligans to 4. Down to 3. I'm very concerned as to what opponent's doing at 3. Mine? Okay. So we're facing Tron. Hit a Grazer. That star past turn. All right. And Power Plant is played, and they play out a map. All right. Yes, we draw that. Interesting draw. Do this. We draw a card, Shore, Grazer. Put into play a mine. Play out a forest. Do this. Do our Boreal Grazer. Put into play a Valakut. Pass the turn. They can have 3 mana here. Or they'll just have Tron. Okay. What's their payoff in hand? Another map. Okay. So we're both digging for payoffs. However, they just have those. They have maps to go find things. Didn't realize that they revealed the Gigantha. That kind of gave away that they're Tron. Okay, so they got a basic forest. Okay, so we draw. Go with the sphere, crack the sphere here. And we're at this point just cycling. Alright, well. We can't really do much. Assuming they crack map. Yep. We want Dryad off the top. As we go Dryad, double land drop, smack them for 6. Blast Zone. Okay. Blast Zone is fine. They play out the Blast Zone. Oh no. Karn liberated. They take us off of what? Hopefully they hit the mine. Opponent's debating. Ha! They do hit the mine. How glorious. Dryad off the top. That is not Dryad. However, it is not a payoff either. Okay. They make us exile a card. We'll exile a mine. That way, if we hit Titan, we can still cast Titan. Don't have another Karn. Okay, it's Ugin. A lot less afraid of an Ugin. Ugin just goes 3 to the face. Prime time? Alright, we're not winning against Karn Liberated and Ugin at this point. It's a bit of an early concession, but it does not matter. So facing actual Tron, Force of Vigor's probably fine. They don't counter, they don't play red spells. Trinosphere is terrible against them. Ugin's pretty meh. I think it's cut a sphere and a star. Just shave a bit on there. Ugin the Spirit Dragon's not a terrible card to pick up. It doesn't, its down isn't more useful, but we also are getting rid of the All Is Dust because they have Thragtusk as their colored permanent. We're not beating, or I don't think they bring in Thragtusks against us. I would love to take the play. And so we've got a scrying. Nope. Mulligan. We can keep this. Probably bottom the Grazer. It sucks that it's the same Tron piece. It might be bottom. It's actually bottom Valakut. Keep bottom the Valakut here. We will lead off on Mine Sphere. Hope to find a third land and then go map plus Grazer. Okay, so they had tower map. Well, on the bright side, we've got lots of Dryads. The problem is, that does us nothing. So power plant, and then they'll have Tron assembled. Great. Wow. We're just gonna lose to hitting all of our not so great cards. Forest, play the forest, play out a Grazer here. And cry as we don't have any ramp. And then they go get mine. Okay. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Hoodwink. Star. Okay, I was about to say, did they not have a payoff? No, they have Worm Coil. One of the greatest follows. Or greatest follow-ups. Scrying, huh? I kind of want the Dryad down here. Not like it matters which one we place down. Because we're still just behind. If this is like Tower plus Ulamog, we just lose. If they swing with the Worm Coil, we just block with the Grazer. It's interesting. If we hit a land, we actually might go get Castle Garenbrig off this scrying so we can prime time. Okay, they filter. And they scrying themselves, getting forest. Assuming they play the forest? They play the forest. Nature's Claim. Okay. Interesting card. And Dryad. I don't get it. We flood out. And now we are not getting anywhere close. But yeah, missing land drops is not great for us. Ghost Quarter can Ghost Quarter our mine. Ancient Stirrings finds them. A star. That's not a great Stirrings from them then. Plays star? Yeah. All right. Okay. Has doubles Nature's Claim hand. What a hand by them. Down to 22 we go. They play star. Crack star for green. They're looking just for threats at this point. Sylvan's scrying. At this point, go get Ghost Quarter. And Ghost Quarter, blow up their tower. Opponent gets a forest. Play a star, pass the turn. Us waiting so long on the scrying, apparently it seems to be fine. Not necessarily what I'd recommend doing, but hey. Down to 16 we go. They go up to 38. And then they have tower. Because why wouldn't they have the tower? In Ulamog? Yeah, we're done. So they exiled 2 lands. We're stuck. We get a draw, a redraw. Cool. Not gonna do anything from there. Managed to flood out game 1 and then not see a single land game 2. Interesting dilemma there. Okie doke. I'm facing a Urian pile. So we've got Explore and a Mine. No payoff. We can do better. This is better. Again, no payoff. We'll bottom the Grazer here. Just because we don't have... We go plant and then star and blah, 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 blah. Have turn 3 Tron. We just need to find a payoff at this point. Like that. Okie doke. Triumph has been found. Let's start off with that. Draw ourselves a card. Okay, that mine scrying. Show me the counter spell that you're obviously holding up. Okay. We'll get the tower. I guess it's a Urian pile. They don't really run counter magic. They can. But do they typically? I don't know. Safari? Sure. Okay. Karn. Go up, baby. Okay, we hit a Teferi. They have abundant growth. Then they can do that. And now we're going to exile their land. 2 for 1 them. Watery Grave shocked. Fury into hand? Sure. Exile that land. I guess we'll just go ahead and just start cycling. Well, we don't want to cycle both. We'll cycle 1 and keep this around. They go up. And plays the land. Okay, we're gonna start by cycling. I really don't want to draw all of these lands. I get that I was complaining. What can we try to cut them off of? So this would cut them off of white. This is plain swamp forest. So I guess I can then just get Temple Garden. Island swamp. I'll try to cut them off of blue. Dryad? Valakut triggers. 3 in there. And fetches. Gets breeding pool, shocks it in, has the abrupt decay. All right. That's fine. They go up with the fairy. They have 4 birds. They now have 5. Exile. And do this. Tap. Blow up. Get rid of your birds. Pass the turn. It has Helix. Sure. We know 1 card's Jorian. And there's Niv. Refill. Bring to light for 5. And so might not be Niv. Might be Tybalt. Yeah. They Tybalt. They exile. What do they hit? A forest. Alright. Not that great for us. And then a pillar from them. So we'll play out a land. We'll go with star. We'll crack the star. For a green. See what we see. We see a grazer. We cry. We play the grazer. And we drop a power plant. Pass the turn. Exiles a Ghost Quarter. Can Ghost Quarter our Urza's Tower take us off of Tron? Also, hit a Niv. So yeah, they just play the Niv. They do that. They draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, they drew 6. Wow. And so they have the ghost quarter. They ghost quarter our tower. However, we're not living if this Tybalt's going to alt. We draw the Dryad. They smack our tower. We'll float 3. Say yes. Get a forest. Probably a bit on the inside as we can't quite deal with what they've got going on over there. We'll stop Tybalt from ulting. Yeah, we'll cripple Tybalt. Why can't I choose Tybalt as a target? Moto. Did our internet crash? Okay, no. Moto was just being stupid. Would like to smack Tybalt down to 3. I'm assuming this Tybalt probably just exiles our Dryad at this point. Exiles the top. It's prime time. Dang it. It's prime time. Not like it really mattered because they could always just Helix the Grazer then Guile us. And plays out Renin 6. All right. And so they now can't do both. And so we have to not block on the off chance we can draw prime time. One, two, three, 4. Verdict, destroy all creatures. Okay, wow. It's going to take a while for that Tybalt to come back, which will be very relevant. Yes, we can continue to draw terribly. Arguably, we did not need to play that forest there because now we don't have fodder if we draw a Dryad. And then they play the prime time from our side. They do that. They get themselves some lands here. Upticks Tybalt. And I don't see how we're getting out from underneath prime time and Tybalt. Yes, they don't have Valakut, but if they're ramping to the moon and exiling our cards, such as Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 turns. Yeah. So, I mean, we could go get Tower. That way we'll be able to play anything that we draw. But that's irrelevant. Okay, they exile a power plant and abundant growth. They play the power plant. And now they Ulamog, and we're not beating that. Yeah. Yay for Tybalt. Okay. Ugin, all this is great. We don't. Maybe. Doesn't do anything, doesn't do anything, doesn't do anything, doesn't do anything. Um, yeah, I think it's just Ugin in and like take out his stirrings. It's unfortunate that we hit this 5-color Tybalt deck twice and then Tron. Like, that's... I'd imagine the 5-color Tybalt deck's not a great matchup for Tron itself. And so, I'm playing an amalgamation of between 2 Mulligan and this. We can keep bottom blast zone. We don't need to be super fast, and this just has double threat. Okay, they ramp. Well, Abundant Growth isn't ramp. Utopia Sprawl's ramp. Abundant Growth is just mana fixing. Power plant, do that, do this, get ourselves a tower. And pass the turn. Opponent thought seizes. Okay, they can take either Worm Coil or Walking Ballista. They take the Worm Coil. Since apparently that's the scarier of the two. And draw a tower, play map. This way, if they have any land destruction, we have a map to fix it. Watergrave, Shoxodon, Teferi. Unmoored Ego. I mean, they just name Urza's Mine here, right? They get rid of all of our mines, make us have to just play land drops galore. We get 1 redraw here, and then they get to exile all of our mines. Whose it's yours, or it's mine? Who's keeping track, right? Exactly. We draw Dryad. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a basic forest here. Actually, yeah, we get the forest. Just so we can Garen Brig. Dryad. Forest Garen Brig. We'll go ahead and just Ballista on 1. We don't have anything else to really hold. Just so that way they can't have like a guile to blow us out of getting rid of the Dryad here. Prime time off the top. Red, black. Dreadboard destroying our Dryad. Okay, opponent. Tell me more about how you're angry. Wooded Foothills. And Dryad to this. Combat one ya. They fetch with the Wooded Foothills, get themselves a Triome here. And then have 5 mana for this Niv Mizzet that they're about to play. And so we need prime time. Exactly prime time. Yep. They did not have a land drop. Or they did, and they just chose to wait. Interesting choice. We draw Big Boy. So we have 7 currently. Activate abilities of creatures. So 6. That's still only 7. That's not enough to do anything. And do that. And this smack opponent. Smack opponent for 4. Down to 9 they go. Down to 8. And so there's the other Triome. Five mana. Is this Urian or is this Niv? Assuming Niv. Or Bring to Light. Bring to Light for 5. Probably Tybalt. Verdict. Destroy all creatures. I would like to ping opponent twice. Verdict is good. So this is 8. All right, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 2 more lands and we can Ulamog. It's a fairy bounces. Bounces the abundant growth. I'll go ahead and blow it up. And then they crumble Garenbrig. Wow. Well, I only have 1. And so now we are real set back from this Ulamog in hand. Now I need to draw 5 lands. First one down. On the bright side, if we now hit prime time. You're in. Blah-diddy, blah-diddy, blah. They exiled their own Teferi. Makes sense. Brings back Teferi. And Valakut, pass turn. We have primetimes in the deck, right? Yeah. Omnath, and then they have a fetch land. 2 fetch lands. Oh no. If this last card's a Bring to Light or a Niv, we are in deep trouble. They also have a Teferi to bounce. We're gonna bounce, replay, redraw. Now they have 3 mana. Abundant Growth draws a card. Yep. We take 4. Prime time. That's not prime time. However, it does do things. Exile. We'll exile the Omnath. A 7 mana exile target permanent is what Karn Liberated read. We could have upticked, and then it would be at 2, and it would read instead exile 2 cards from opponent hand. Not great, but not terrible. Yes, then we draw an Ugin. Okay. Land here, and we might be good. We know 0 cards in their hand. Land Ugin -5. We have ourselves a 2. Ugin. Not great, but not awful. Boo hiss. This scrying. Go and get, I guess, Radiant Fountain. Just to gain a bit more life. Opponent Thought Seizes, takes Ugin. Yep. Nice. Thought Seize and Kolaghan's Command. Niv. Yep. Refills. Gets Trophy. Nahiri. And Teferi. Ouch. Why would you? Okay, whatever. Not like it matters. I'm dead in 2 turns. Nothing I can draw here. So this will be yet another loss to this 5-color Niv Mizzet deck. Yep. All right. 0-3. Not a single game win yet. Like, again, it looks like a fun idea, but man, I just can't seem to pull it off. I see 2 Tron pieces, 2 Titan pieces, no way to produce green mana. Mulligan. Does exactly half of everything that you would want. This has 1 land. Mulligan down to 5. I mean, we kind of have to keep. There are no good cards to keep here. So I guess it's... Man, I don't know what you keep in this scenario. Like, we're not going down to 4. We have to keep the star to produce green. Since we're keeping this, I guess it's definitely Pitch Explorer. And then is it Titan or Dryad? Probably Titan. It's probably these 5. And pray. Opponent casts or plays Scalding Tarn and passes the turn. We will go Tower, Star. Hope to hit an untapped land, else we're not doing anything next turn. Okie doke. Oh, Valakut tapped, pass the turn. They get blue. They get blue. A Snapcaster Mage. Just flashing in a Snapcaster Mage. Ambush Viper. Let's go. Alright, we definitely just have to take that. This we draw. Maybe not. Maybe we don't get to draw at all. Maybe they get blue here. Pestermite. Don't tell me you're gonna Pestermite my star. Okay, no, they're Pestermiting that. That's fine. May tap or untap. I'm assuming they're going to... Opponent? Why? I'll get to draw. Scrying. Go get ourselves a basic forest. A forest sphere. Pass the turn. And smacks us for 4. Yep. Okay. We need card draw. That's nothing. Go ahead and ballista on 2 here. And here comes Archmage's Charm. Yep. And so this will definitely be the matchup where we bring in both the Cavern of Souls and the Veil of Summers. We take 4 to the face. And try to resolve a Dryad of the Illysian Grove. Again. Oh, Dryad resolved. Oh, fun. Let me give that a counter. A bunch of X1s, and then they bolt our face. Fun. Woo. We're down to 3. Do they have the bolt to kill us? So... land. Try to resolve scrying. Scrying here. Give ourselves a Valakut. Valakut. Hit. Pestermite. Hit. Snapcaster. Hope they don't have a way to kill Dryad. And now we're at 3. Bounce and draw. Nice. I mean, we'll play. Hope that they don't have a way to tap down this Dryad so we can block. We'll be at 1, and then we'll have prime time. Pester might. That'll work. Well, let's make sure that they choose to tap it. Making sure that opponent knows how their deck works and that they need to do... Okay. Yeah, they smack us for 4. We lose. Okie doke. Cavern, Veil. In all honesty, Trinisphere is not terrible. Blast Zone's decent. Ghost Quarter can come out. Grazer's pretty good in this matchup. Explore seems bad. And I don't think this is the matchup for 3-ball. Do I want Ugin just as an additional card? Ugin's not bad as a wipe effect. Moto, stop this. There we go. Do that. And I guess get rid of... Sure, we'll cut a Stirrings. Probably wrong. I would love to take the play. So hand's got 2 Tron pieces. Yeah. Like, what's to not keep about this? This Grazer. Say yes, put in a Tron piece, pass the turn. Next turn we go Tron piece map. If we hit a land, we go... Ooh. Shocks in and passes. Dryad. Tap for a green map. And cool. Ops. It sounds fine. Scrying. So... yeah, there's no way to do what we want. All of those for that. Do this, get ourselves the mine. And we're color short. Maybe not. Yeah, we're color short. So we have to do this. They remand it. Okay. Scrying again. Valakut. Lay out Valakut. Valakut trigger. Hit you for 2 or 3. Say yes. Making combat. Swing for 2. All right. The opponent doesn't have a way to deal with this Dryad. So we can tap Valakut for green. Blood Moon. Non-basic lands or mountains. That'll do it. Because we're green mana short of prime time. Unfortunate. Although they're one land short of Kiki combo. Forest. All right. Sure, they flash that in and they opt. Yep. And they grow their guy. Blue Moon. The Kiki Jiki beautiful cover girl. Don't you know it? Can we draw? Ooh, that's a pretty good draw. I'm assuming opponent has a second cutthroat. Nice. Does this to grow their cutthroat and kill our Dryad. Has up 2. Do this, draw a card. Man, that's awkward as heck. Undo that last one. Prime time. Hope they don't have the counterspell. They have the remand. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? All right. Yep. This is fine. Have to block there. I mean, I don't have to, but we should. Upkeep. Pester might tap down my forest. See where this Pester might's going. We draw a Grazer. Okay. If they have the Jiki Kiki, that's a loss. If they don't, we continue playing. All right, cool. I'm not making them do that. And how this works is Kiki Jiki has haste. They're going to make a copy of Pestermite. They're going to untap Kiki Jiki. And they're going to do that until they have enough to kill us. And then they kill us. Here we go. 0-4. A mana symbol. Oh, God. Screw it. We're 0-4. For those who don't know. For For those who don't know who Mana Symbol is, he is another modern streamer. I have no idea if he is currently live. If he is, definitely go check him out and enjoy, because this will probably be a fun one. Tron Sphere, pass the turn. A Flooded Strand cracks. Mana Symbol's always playing fun, neat decks. Okay, Watergrave opts. Power Plant, that's a nice one. This, you explore. They're tanking on if they want to let this explore resolve. Chatty's playing Red Black Reanimator. Good to know. Good to know. This sphere, pass the turn. Trust me, bro. I checked. I'd believe it. Okay, let's crack this. Aha! Problem is we have no payoff. It doesn't even have a win counter now. It's fine. It's fine. There's the force. All right. We'll go ahead and play out the castle and pass the turn. All right. So Esper stuff. At this point, we're just digging. Karn Daddy. Karn Daddy. I'm assuming this gets countered. Remand? Logic not for 4. Dang it. You ever regret your land drop of choice? I'd played the tower there. Guess we'll play out the mine and pass the turn. We'll eventually stop drawing lands, right? That's the hope. They draw 2. Flooded Strand passes the turn. Stirrings. Try to find something. So, I mean, I guess that's something. So scared of another logic knot, though. How big of a ballista can we play? So, logic knot can currently be 4 plus 2, so 6. So 1, 2, 3, meaning we can do ballista for 4. Leaves us enough. Gotta play around the other logic knot. I absolutely hate having to play around a card that they may or may not have. And, you know, cool. Putting a counter on it. Pushing? Okay. Down to 10, mana symbol goes. And now it's their go. Archmage's Charm, they draw 2. Because, of course. Alright. We draw a map. Play map. Crack map. Go get ourselves this. This is Sanctum of Ugin. Play Sanctum. And pass the turn. We'll get there eventually. Maybe. Hopefully. And they draw 2 more. Search for his Kanta. We kind of need something at this point. That is indeed something. Ulamog. Get rid of their black source. And that, and then Sanctum Trigger. Just say yes, go get our Worm Coil. Floats white, blue, and 1. Esper Charm? Make me discard? Kaya's Guile. Make me sacrifice. There we go. That's probably what it is. Yep. Now there's a Worm Coil that he has to deal with. Pitches Cryptic, flips his Kanta. Opts. Okie doke. Combat. And swing for 6. Take opponent down to 8. And paying costs, probably Cryptic, bouncing, and drawing. Okay. Worm Coil. Let's see if they've got the counter spell. Fetch and shock. Now they go snap Archmage's Charm. Okay, Cryptic works too. And then they Cryptic counter draw, probably. Yep, counter draw. Go ahead and do this. And we'll put this Blast Zone to 1. Or to 2. Pass the turn. We take 2, go down to 24. And Jace the Mind Sculptor. Okay, what, we Fate Sealing? Nope, we're Brainstorming. And plays a land, so they'll have enough. We're gonna keep the map. Primey time. So we have to use map here to get ourselves... we don't have to. This can just tap for green, right? So green, green. For prime time. Okay. And prime time resolves. Say yes. Go get double Valakut. Paying costs, so probably Archmage's Charm draw 2. Get past what they put down on the bottom. Or opt, scry, put to the bottom, draw. That works as well. Yep. Draws 3. Looking for an answer to the Primeval Titan. Down to 4. Snapcaster Mage is played. Snap Guile. Okay. Each opponent sacks a creature, they gain 4. Let's go ahead and pop the Blast Zone. Get rid of both snaps. We'll sack, they gain 4. And Dryad off the top here. I guess we can go ahead and search. Increase our odds of finding things. Ghost Quarter, sorry, we can get rid of the Escanta if not. Sphere. And see what we can see. Find another land, that's unfortunate. You get rid of the Escanta. Hands filled with stuff. Big Teferi comes down. So we just need to resolve. We just need to resolve a Dryad of the Illysian Grove against the blue deck that's been brainstorming every turn. This is fine. They untap 2 lands. We draw our Boreal Grazer. Hurrah! No. They opt. They have push. Okay. Of course they have push. They draw. They fate seal us. They did not like the card. We get to untap 2 lands. We get to draw a card that they don't know about. We draw Sylvan Scrying. Land that we can get. I don't think there's any that we care about at this point. Yo, what's up, Evan? We're about to probably lose to Mana Symbol because control deck versus, you know, Titan Tron. This abomination of a deck. As you can see, we're currently 0-4. They scry with the Vantress, putting probably, well, they don't know what's on top because they didn't, they fate sealed. What the heck is Titantron? Yeah, I was gonna say, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a deck that Fran made and managed to 5-0 with it. And I don't know how he managed to 5-0 with this thing. I mean, other than the fact that it's Fran, so, you know, he's always going to be able to pull off insane things with Titan. So fate sealed, card went on top. We draw a Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, again. Not really anything that we're afraid or can grab. So Teferi goes up one more time, and then we have a Teferi ult to deal with and a Jace ult. So we're probably not winning this. Just waiting for those Planeswalkers to ultimate. That's probably how he did it. True. Not getting 2 Niv-Delight decks and a Tron Mirror. And then a Tron. I just realized we've only faced 2 decks and we're we faced Tron and then we faced Tron and then we faced we faced Niv-Delight, Tron, Niv-Delight, Tron. So this is the first actual control deck. Ah, there we go. Does my Dryad get to resolve? Oh, it was twin. You're right. It was blue-red twin, not second Tron. All right, Mr. Symbol. Let's play this game. Veils come in. Cavern of Souls comes in. But Jukabog honestly can come in. Blast Zone's not great. Twin, Tron, same thing. Yeah, they both start with T and end with N, right? All right. Bleh. What to cut? What to cut? Guess we'll cut a scrying and a stirring. So now we need one more. All this dust. They don't have too many permanents. The ones that they do have, we care about. Hmm. I don't think it's a bog matchup. All right. Hand looks great, other than, we're missing a key piece. I mean, it's hard to ship this hand. It doesn't do anything. But like 2 redraws, natural Tron. What are win cons, right? Don't bottom the map. I don't need to search. Oh no, mana symbol down to 5. Okie doke. We will lead off on Tower Star. Pass the turn. Polluted Delta passes. Not okay. Okay. See? Win con. Win con established. Like, we just go for it, right? I'm gonna set it up like so. Hope they don't have land destruction. Hollowed Fountain tapped. No, you're supposed to crack the Delta. Lamog, get rid of those. Assuming the Delta gets cracked. All right. So, Tower, Stirring, Explore, Dryad. It's tempting enough to try.
Tower Sphere, pass turn. Opt. Flooded Strand. All right. Do that. Nice. This explore. Play out the forest. Play out in Ancient Stirrings. Cry as we don't hit the Tron piece. But grab the Sanctum of Ugin and go any order. And down to 19. Castle Vantress. Monastery Mentor. All right. Map. Dryad, Forest, Sanctum. Map. Pass turn. Yeah, we're doing amazing, as you can tell, clearly by the record. 404 mana symbols, just starting his league, so no matter what, I'm going to give him the match here. But we're playing for fun. This we draw, I mean... Like, we definitely just do this, right? Crack this, go get the power plant. Play power plant. Green, green to this. Primey boy. Cryptic command, counter bounce, counter draw. Yeah, that's fine. We had to force. There's no point. It just bounces. Castle, and then I guess Big Teferi. Nada. So power plant. Two, 4, 6, 8. Do 10. Hold up. What looks to be counter magic. Do that. Sanctum trigger. We're gonna definitely go grab ourselves an Ulamog here. We have ourselves a 5/5 ballista. Mana leak. Of course it's mana leak. We don't have it. Nope. Arboreal Grazer. He's scared. Exactly. Just got to do that little bit of panic. We're done. I'm assuming this is Archmage's Charm on my end step. Drown in the lock. Destroying the Dryad. That's fine. Hope they don't have push opt. We in trouble here, depending on what they have. Shocked in. Turns them all sideways. Yep. Block the most damage. This exile mentor, exile. I guess exile a token. Cut them off of black or exile a token? Exile a token. And snap. Snap leak. Snap cryptic. Ah, so they can go counter, bounce their swift, or bounce their mentor. I like it. I like the line. Wait. Okay. Okay. Not what I would have done if I was them. I would have gone counter bounce mentor. I mean, do they need it? No, but do they need the additional card draw? Yes. Said every blue mage. You see, I'd be going bounce the mentor so then I could replay this turn and then, you know, be able to be making more monk tokens. Another opt. Always yield the monk triggers. You see, that would have been 2 more tokens. Next turn, I'd be super dead. With just 1 spell. Aha. We're going to flood out. I guess technically the right line is to go scrying first, get Valakut, then try to resolve this Dryad. Yep, force. So they wouldn't have been able to force their... Well, they would have. They probably have a blue card in hand for an alternate casting cost. But... Let's see. Tap the team with a cryptic command. Because like all I can do is really delay the inevitable. At this point, I mean, I guess if I hit prime time and get to resolve prime time, we're still in this game. But Jace the Mind Sculptor, Bounce Dryad. And then one more spell. Any spell. Snap Opt. I take 8 because I can only block at 3. Opt into exile, goes to combat. We block one of the 3 and take 8. Too much mana to waste. For every rips in this league, understandable. Didn't need to bother. I mean, wouldn't say that he had me dead faster without replaying it. It's the same turn. There we go. We got one game. So 0-5, but not 0-10 for the record. 1-10. Okay. So overall, what did I think of the deck? It's fun. It's trying to do 2 completely different things. So most of the time, it'll just kind of fall apart at both. Pick Tron, pick Titan. Don't go both. It's a meme, as Fluffy just said. It's definitely just a for funsies deck. It's fun to play. And when it works, but it's not going to work a vast majority of the time. That's my input on this deck, but it was a fun one. And that'll be it.